This is an important message from Lane Bradbury, who is a genuine study in complexity. She is both strong-willed and stubborn. This tenaciously driven Gemini allegiances to dance, ballet in particular, is enough to put most of us to shame. She also harbors equal parts childlike vulnerability and ethereal whimsy that keeps her whizzing about like a magical woodland fairy. Now, for those of you who do not know her, she is Jeanette Lane Bradbury. She is an American actress and writer. She was born in Buckhead, Georgia. She studied ballet as a young girl in the 1950s. She moved to New York City and was admitted to the Actors Studio. I'm giving you this history because this amazing woman has something to say. She is very wise and well known around the world. She is someone that should be heard from, and we should pay attention to her concerns about the state of this country. Let's get to know her.
Sit all alone with the weeds, or a succulent pear. If with each juicy bite you spit out your teeth with the seeds. Before it's too late, stop trying to wait for fortune and fate. Your security and I survived La Dame Merman, Jerry Robbins, and the plague. I'm still here. In a nutshell, I was not first choice, but then they fired the girl that they had hired, and they hired me. And there I was, between two dragons, Ethel Merman and Jerome Robbins. It was pure, unadulterated hell. Merman was nicer, she'd know that I'm here, and she'd look me in the eye. We may not like each other at all, but we're stuck.
Today I'm going to be joined by actress Lane Bradbury, who played Roni Cotter in the season 8 episode, The Diploma. Please welcome Lane. Welcome.
You know, this has been a journey, hasn't it?
It has.
I mean, I guess I assumed because John lives in this part of the country that you did too. You know, so, and I used to live in LA. I had my children there, and I spent a lot of time in LA. But I moved back here about maybe 10 years ago, and I love the East Coast.
Where are you on the East Coast?
I'm in Weehawken, New Jersey, which is,
okay.
If everything works right, from the minute I leave my door, if the bus is there and there's no traffic in the tunnel, I can be at the Port Authority in 5 minutes. You can't beat that. That's not always the case, though. Here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah.
And we're not too old to learn, are we?
Well, listen, I really, really, really struggle with all this technology.
Well, I so appreciate you being willing to persevere through all of this miscommunication and confusion and everything, because I really did want to have this opportunity to do this with you, to chat about.
No, and I felt the same after what John was saying about you. I thought I want to meet her.
So yeah. Tell me what do you remember about, this was the episode The Diploma in season 8, so we were nearing the end of the series, and you came on and you played a character named Roni Cotter, and she lived in the backwoods up in Virginia, and so I came up there on my horse, and you were taking care of 2 children, the Beardsley children, and they were sick, and I wanted you to give them cod liver oil, and you kept ignoring me. You know, you were very mistrustful. A lot of the people up in the mountain were very mistrustful of anything. You know, so I was the new nurse. I was the new county nurse. The other one left to join the army, and there I was, and you didn't want anything to do with me, and you didn't trust me about this cod liver oil for these children, and you didn't want to teach your brother, who was a little bit slow. I kept wanting you to teach him to read. I said, you should do that. He's maybe a little slow, but he could learn. And you were like, no, he doesn't need to. He knows everything he needs to know. So you and I battled it out. And
I
we had
don't
some
even
really lovely
remember.
scenes.
I don't even that. It's like I'm hearing this for the first time.
Wow. Wasn't it a great story though? And you were great.
Yes, it is. Right.
We're all together. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then finally I kind of came up there and I brought my son. I had a toddler, he was about 2.5. I brought him up there on the horse with me. And I went into the cabin with you and was talking with you. And you took him outside and I was trying to find out what was going on with these children. Then I came out and he was like gone and you were gone. And I'm like, where has she taken my child?
Wow.
And we went and I heard sounds and I went over and you had this sort of garden area and there was a little rocking horse. And he was on the rocking horse and you were, sort of playing with him on the rocking horse. And then I noticed these gravestones. And you had lost your husband and your child to like a plague that came through. And so then I understood more about you. Mm-hmm. And so we sort of found this common ground and you agreed to give the cod liver oil to the children. And I had given this book to your brother, Sweet Billy, and he was starting to learn to read. So it was a very sweet story, and it took a bit, but we, two hard-headed women who kind of came to an understanding that we could respect each other and understand each other and appreciate the lives that we each were living and ultimately what was best for Anne for your brother.
This for the first time. Isn't that amazing? It doesn't, I'm listening to this story, listening to you tell me this story, and oh my goodness, that's a good script.
It's funny because, I did 220 something episodes, and a lot of them are a blur to me because I started the series in 1972. And we did 9 seasons. So in season 8, it would have been about 1980 at that point when you worked on the show. So we're talking a few years, and you were in for one episode. So in the course of a career that you had, this was 2-3 days of work, maybe.
But the thing that it baffles me that it's like new to me. I'm hearing it for the first time. So bizarre,
Were there shows, because I know you worked on things like Gunsmoke and Mod Squad and Partridge Family and FBI, and are there things from the various different shows that you work on that have stood out, that have stayed with you over the years?
Well, I think working on the Gunsmoke show was just so fulfilling to me. They kept bringing me back, and then I played a country girl, Mary Florine, and they kept bringing her back, and I was in love with Mr. Newley, and he never would give me the time of day. But it was so, and everybody was so incredible to work with, and it was just such a joy that it's my favorite show. It's just my favorite show. Hitler was charismatic.
Denen ich mich auch heute noch verbunden fühle und für die ich letzten Endes ja auch kämpfe. Nun sind 9 Monate vergangen. Als ich kam, hatte Deutschland über 6,2 Millionen Erwerbslose.
Charismatic as hell. Can you imagine if Hitler had been like Martin Luther King? He could not only have brought Germany out of its recession, but guided it toward a worldwide resurrection.
That one day, this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
And shown the ones that feel weak that their power comes from uplifting and not shoving aside. how do we get this message across? This mire is so deep and wants to suck us down into its sad truth that we still live in from ages past. Could I hold out my hand to a Nazi type thing? See? I'm already throwing negativity into the ring. But can you change the devil into a good thing? Love has to be greater than hate, or we'll all end up just one hateful thing.
Middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody, and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? It's like incredible.
So I'll go on my knees and start to pray for God in heaven to please show us the way.